unless the team fight goes 100% perfect.
Yeah, he might actually be forced to. He just doesn't really have the setup around the map. Like, in the laning phase, you usually want to have something that gives you that setup, but it's like max call, and that's about it right now.
Yeah. And this last pick for V, it just got to do so much, because on paper, it looks like a great lineup, but it's so slow. You need an Ags on Invoker, you need a Blink on your Axe, and you need your supports to have some semblance of a game before you can actively look for engagements. And they're in one of those positions where neither support can influence the lanes outside of just brawling within it. Yeah. No one's really able to rotate, with the exception of perhaps ganking for a Quaswex Invoker in the mid lane, but Lina is one of the strongest heroes to match up against him. So.
And the only two heroes they've done have been the Monkey King and the Luna for these last two picks.
Brood banned just for safety's point of view, and the Monkey obviously banned on the secret side. That was a fairly obvious pick for Vici. If they can get out of the lanes even, Kyle, with this lineup though, that Void starts to change things there.
Looks like VP.
It's a lot of team fights to secure, but they have no deep push, and this Chen can bully this pretty hard.
It's so slow still. Yeah. They don't have any hero. They're relying on winning lanes against Team Secret. They have a Chen. They're gonna have a support Tiny. They're gonna play so fast. I'm not sure Vici is gonna be able to come online in order to deal with Secret's mid game. Like this seems like they played right into Secret. The Secret's in their breadbasket right now. They're happy with this, and now they have a last pick.
It does look, it looks very, very slow paced on the side of Vici. Three greedy cores, right? Axe, Invoker, Void all take a long time. Void does not farm nearly at the pace of a Terrorblade, so they pretty much just need to have a successful top lane and shut down the TB to not have too much farm versus a Chen, which is always going to be difficult already.
And it's really, I have no idea what Secret's going to last pick. This could be a mid Lina, which is probably expected at this point, which means it's a Zai or a Yapsor hero. Probably the Zai, and then the Yapsor Tiny.
Yeah, potentially could also be Zai Tiny, and then they could go for something a little crazy like the Naga. I mean, honestly, if you don't lose the big team fight just by songing, like how do you lose?
It could be Venom. It could be Venom. Or I want them to pick some hero that continues, like, they already see Vici's forte, right? They're playing for the 30-minute plus. They need time to come online. Just have something that can pressure towers.
Yeah, do they not have a requirement to kind of pull all of this together? Is there something out there that can pull all this together?
Secret looks kind of together right now, to be honest with you.
I would say
and we still don't know if the Tiny's probably Yapsor.
I think that's mid one Kanka
versus Invoker.
Zai Lina probably playing in the off lane with the Tiny.
It's offlane Lina. That's why they're so difficult to predict.
Yeah, and Kanka's incredibly good versus Invoker in laning phase, and versus Voids, he gets a chrono off. You just put the boat inside of that chrono. If you're not caught inside of it, and that shit can reduce so much.
Does it matter who plays the Tiny or the Lina? There are both the 3 and the 4, you know what I mean?
Vici across the Team Secret's heroes is actually very high on this particular game. So you can see the Lina, for instance, under a lot of pressure in this game. As far as the Vici lineups are concerned, Trent, which one do you like most?
I think that a lot has to get done. There's no question. This is like a big wombo combo draft for Vici Gaming, but I think I could see this coming together. You know, tough lanes, but maybe they can tough it out.
Okay, alright. Folk, final thoughts?
Vici has to be able to stall this game out and not get crushed in the laning phase, but I'm going to go Secret. I think they're going to just set that pace that they've been doing constantly, take the battles to them within the first 20 minutes.
Okay. If Vici can hold this first 10-15 minutes, can they still do this?
They need their Axe to just go off, and this is an impossible Axe game. I think Secret, assuming they play like they just did, they're going to take this game and they're going to do it in style.
All right, thank you very much, gents. Time to hand you over to our commentary team for the grand final, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy game 1 with Cap and Blitz.
One year ago, ESL 1 Team Secret placed second, where Vici Gaming managed to place Secret. Both lost to Virtus Pro. Now the Virtus Pro are in third place. These two teams will match up against each other in the grand finals, and one of them will finally be an ESL 1 victor.
Ooh, I am hyped for this matchup.
It is going to be a tough best of 5, isn't it, Blitz?
Yeah, you've got the conventional sort of style of Vici gaming, and then you have this unorthodox, do whatever you feel like kind of style of Team Secret. And I know there are a lot of Secret fans in here, and they're going to need a quick start in this game. You need to apply the pressure. They have a lot of different ways to clear the lanes out, and that's one thing that Vici don't do very well at all.
And it's hard not to be interested in Team Secret, right? Because Team Secret, they're giving us a different look on Dota with this very weird synergy that Zai and YapzOr have. They apparently don't seem to care about the lines between 3 and 4 position. It is completely blurred when it comes to these two.
Yeah, it is YapzOr that'll make the early rotations, but at some point Zai says, hey, it's all you. So they're gonna run into Fade. He's gonna get slowed up.
Oh, he's gonna be
YapzOr.
slowed. Icarus dive will allow him to get away. The fight over the bounty runes, well, Secret sees this as an opportunity to be able to invade. They're going to leave the Chen behind and see if YapzOr and Zai are going to be able to pick it up. They will, so 3 out of 4 of the bounty runes. Secret already off to an early start. Now, looks like Vici Gamer are going to be running an aggro dual lane, a pretty standard contention here. We've got the Phoenix and Axe, but what's different is they're faced into the Lina Tiny duo. They're actually going to be putting the Terrorblade up at top lane on Team Secret, right into the Void.
They're trying to avoid the Axe versus TV matchup. You take a lot of harassment, whereas the Void can't really pressure you.
That does mean that traditionally, like the Chen likes to be able to play in the safe lane because of the long distance back to the tower, right? It's going to be a lot more difficult for Puppey to be able to maintain a dominant force in this top lane. That is, if he can even get a creep. You see things starting things off. Puppey is going to try and search around for a camp that isn't blocked.
He's going to take a lot of harass, though, from the Silencer, even though the Void doesn't really represent a kill. Just the amount of harass that TB is going to get as another Sunstrike for CS. That's twice now that he's thrown that out to no avail, as the Kunkka is so good against the Invoker when it comes to just the early laning phase.
Mid one
top lane
has taken a lot of damage, but over the top lane, our Terrorblade is going to be able to chase down TY. Puppey traps him in the corner. That's going to be your first blood for Nisha. So we'll look now to bottom lane. This duo absolutely can contest the Axe trying to cut these creep waves if they can actually get the nukes out, but Zai is going to be shaded away by, I think.
Yeah, with the creep wave coming in, and this is the difficult part, is that you have to choose between harassing the Axe or getting experience. So eventually he does have to give up on that. YapzOr can only really watch as this happens. He is going to try to harass in the lane, but not a whole lot doing because he's not near any creeps either. Can't really take the battle hunger off of him, and he's got to be careful about this Phoenix rotating. So that's why he's just going to back up. Doesn't have any regen left. Most likely going to just check the rune and reset. It's going to be a DD at top. Doesn't really help either of these heroes.
Now, we've been saying it on the panel, it seems like when this Axe cut creeps wave, you want to be able to have a hero like Terrorblade or Phantom Lancer that has some decent sustain, like just has eye armor, to be able to tank creeps. The Lina is certainly not that, sitting at only 600 health, 2 armor. It seems like Secret thought they were going to be able to deal with the Axe better.
Because if you are against a TB, you just sit in the lane as the Axe. You just continuously battle hunger, click in the creep wave to draw aggro. If he uses meta, the lane is just over for him at that point.
Puppey did manage to open up that hard camp there in the top lane and found the perfect creep for it too. He found the Satyr.
I really like what Fog said in the pregame too. He said, right now Vici is just going to try to all in on the lanes.
Look at that, they've caught DY up at the top lane. They've already slowed him down with that Penitence and with the Satyr nukes. Just that combo brought him down to half health. The slowdown meant that Nisha could finish him off.
It's 2 times now this lane that we thought would be very good for Vici. Hasn't really paid off. Torrent not going to connect this. YapzOr continues to crawl around this mid lane, trying to make something happen. Bottom Zai lands the stun.
But he's still taking so much damage with the Fire Spirits on him as well. He can't deal with the creep wave so easily. And Yang, even if he doesn't help kill Zai, he has been quite the menace, pulling over and even killing some neutral camps. Just the ultimate efficiency for a creep-cutting Axe.
This Phoenix is very successful at bottom as Lena's already out of regen. Axe is having a free lane. She's forced to TP out. Gonna see that Yang gonna go back to his creep cutting ways in mid lane. YapzOr still waiting around here. He does have toss, but he's been there for about 2 minutes now and hasn't really accomplished what we expect out of YapzOr normally. It's been Puppey that's been making the moves.
And this is a team that enables YapzOr a lot. Even from the get-go, you'll see so often that YapzOr is going to go for this sort of boots first build and try and get these kills, and he does manage to find it onto the Invoker, so it pays off finally.
Oh, top DY. He takes so much damage from this. The Satyr Blast connects too.
He's trying to hide away into the trees, but he can't really get away. There's no crevice to be able to hide behind. Vade's going to jump in and try and help him out, slowing down the attack speed of Nisha, and DY, he's going to die to the Satyr, but they get Nisha in return. An excellent rotation from Vade, as he's not needed at that bottom lane anymore.
And looked like he almost just killed a silencer by breaking the trees, but getting the kill onto the TV, the trade, they needed something like that. As in mid lane, YapzOr over the top, looking to make something happen as mid one. Gonna get slowed up by the ice wall, but should be just fine. Has so much HP on this Kunkka. Has got his bottle flow now too. And when it comes to the regen battle, he should be just fine. And especially since it's not a Quas Wex Invoker, can't really just trade hits. Bottom lane, he almost has that Vanguard completed. They're gonna fight over this bounty from YapzOr, throwing up Ori.
We'll be able to grab those two. Now Yang has total control of the other side of the map, so those bounty runes should still be under Vici Gaming. Missed avalanche, but still DY is going to be caught by the X-Torrent.
One more hit should do the cold snap for a
Paparazzi's going to
second.
slow him down a little bit now. They're definitely going to be able to kill the silencer, but Mid-One's going to take a lot of damage in return. The Sunstrike, but tossed back. Now Paparazzi surrounded and bursted down by the Satyr. Mid-One ticking down, but will survive.
And has the Sal for himself. Nice rotations by the supports as Vade's got to be careful. He's quite low.
He's going to dive over, TP out.
YapzOr will not correctly guess. Sai continues to get pressured. Does not have a TP. He's making his way over.
Managed to get the call and a Sunstrike. He doesn't even go for the Culling Blade. He lets Paparazzi claim the kill.
He needed something to come back here with 2 deaths early on. It's going to be a nice pickup for him.
Top lane, Ori, they're going to wrap on him, trying to force him to time walk back off of that creep.
Even though he hasn't died, only 18 CS. There's Nisha with his death. Does have 28.
This is a great opportunity. YapzOr is securing runes for Mid-One. He just found a haste rune. So this is a great opportunity
And
for
they're going to swap lane.
Ori's already going to time walk here.
Vici should know about this. They make this move so often. At the same time, bottom lane Yang trying to catch him.
Oh, it does manage to clip him, but they need a little bit more damage. Meanwhile, the top lane, the boat's going to come in with the X. They're going to be able to get that stun. Bursting down super fast. Back over to Zai, who's juked his way out of this one. Yang was unable to find the kill. Couldn't get the vision for the extra round of battle.
And he's just trying to get to the fountain, reset things for himself. Although Yang is having a very free time, the other lanes are suffering so much as Ori comes back to this top lane. What can he do with a deep
really
dive?
low. The TP out is not going to be successful. DY managed to pick up that kill, but Nisha still laying the damage into that tier 1 with the help of Mid-One, and Mid-One can't go for this X. Ori has got to be careful with his positioning against this Kunkka.
He wants to find one of the 2 supports, but his tower's going to go down nonetheless.
Oh, what a big
Mid-lane
kill there.
Paparazzi goes down. And he has spotted Fade. This should be another kill. So many kills happening around the map for Secret.
Fade does not have the dive out. Nisha gets another kill. Nisha currently sitting at 3-1-2, 34 CS, and a tower to boot.
And this is changing everything I know about mid lane. It's as soon as you hit your level 6, just start roaming around the map. YapzOr, who is mostly useless for the laning phase, just makes that early rotation. He might just get caught.
Slowed down by the Battle Hunger, doesn't have a stun anymore, so he's going to be caught by the call by Yang. And again, not going for the Culling Blade, again, just funneling kills into Paparazzi. They're doing everything they can to make sure that this carry has a good recovery session after what was a kind of a rough laning phase.
And Yang knows that he already has all the free farm in the world. Doesn't really need to add to that, as the bounty rune is still there. No way that Secret checked that. They would have made the assumption long ago, as we're going to see here in this mid lane how this happens. He tosses him back. Look at that synergy.
That was beautiful. Secret just seemed to be able to bounce back from these really terrible lane setups and just rotate their heroes around. YapzOr, like very early, left that bottom lane. Zai, same thing. He gets chased down and goes for a gank somewhere else. And now they're going to go for a big kill. This is going to be on Yang, throwing down his Blink Dagger. So much magic damage burst. That Laguna Blade only dealt about 100 damage. So they still had plenty left in the tank.
And this style of Dota, anytime you see YapzOr mid, you should just assume that mid one has already made the rotation and that you're too late.
Yeah.
You've got to be more careful if you're Vici. This is a long best of 5. This laning phase for them has not gone so well. You never really want the Axe to be the highest net worth in the game just because you're the type of hero that blinks in suicides just to get the setup anyways.
Right.
And that's why he keeps allowing Paparazzi to get the last hits, but Paparazzi's laning phase has been shut down so hard. And even with the rotations of this Kunkka around the map, still head and shoulders above what Paparazzi has right now.
Ori is getting some free farm time in the top lane, trying to work towards that Mask of Madness. That is going to be a bit of a problem, right, Blitz? That both Faceless Void as well as Invoker are going for a farming item to start things off. We have an Exort build Invoker, which is naturally slower.
I think they know two things, is that when it comes to the absolute late game, the Chronosphere is going to be the most effective spell, as the smoke not really going to do anything. And more importantly, you just have to play for the team fights. If you have those two things in mind, you won't really give up on this game at any point. But it does make it awkward in this mid game. You're going to lose a lot of tier 1 towers without any sort of rebuttal. What you want to do is try to fight around your chrono timings, try to just catch heroes, and that's exactly what they do. They smoke up for this. They need to utilize the chrono plus the Sunstrike, try to get Paparazzi the last hit, and slow down the pace of this game. Towards the mid lane would be important. But look at this, mid one just reads this. He X's himself, he's playing so carefully with people missing on the map. He doesn't know where the Void is, and until he shows himself, probably won't show in lane.
Vici Gaming, they don't really have a better option, so they're going to go for the one hero they do see on map. That's going to be Zai bottom lane now. He's a level 8 Lina, so it's not a bad kill to get. In fact, his progression into the Yule Scepter, it was coming pretty quick.
And they needed something like that as mid one hid himself deep into the tree line. This guy has definitely been my MVP so far. His reads on the game, the way that he moves around the map, how he pressures in the laning phase, he enables YapzOr's game. Everything flows through this guy.
Now Vici Gaming, with that Chronosphere on cooldown, both their Invoker as well as their Phoenix, not going to feel as good about the upcoming fights until that big AoE disable is back up. They do have very sick synergy in that regard. They get the right Chronosphere, they have so much damage to lay into it.
And if you're a Vici fan, the upside is that you should always have superior team fight. With Egg, Chrono, and Global Silence, there's not a lot of lineups that'll contest against that. And that's why Secret are being so aggressive in this early mid game. Just trying to get kills around the map. They're going to try to push the pace, get that Blink Dagger on YapzOr, devote an entire lane to him. Because you want to just continue to get pickoffs. Vici, they want this kind of pace of game.
How do you beat a lineup that has superior team fight? Because it just seems like, all right, if we're ever going to be able to take Roshan or go high ground, we're always going to get into a team fight, right? So how do you actually win the game?
You never really go for straight up 5-mans. You just go for the pickoffs, try to isolate the single heroes, go for these sneak objectives like Roshan.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And this is where the kind of pushing power of like the Chen being able to throw creeps down lane and the Lina being able to push out waves, that helps a lot, right? Being able to move Vici Gaming around the map.
They're smoked up right now. They're looking for this play in this mid lane.
Would be big kill to be able to get with Circus probably over the top now. Mid1 still is decent game, but coming in. He's going to be even tankier. He's going to turn around and go for the X onto Yang. They've already killed the Sounds. Making catch this Axe too, as Mid1's going to be able to go back, brought right back into a Centaur stun. Yang tries to go for the call, TP out. It was a very smart play, but the toss is there from YapzOr. That's the double kill for Secret.
Oh, they devoted so much to that too. They smoked up, tried to make that happen, but just not enough damage. That Coco's run, and he was just a little bit off from being able to get the Culling Blade, and they're going to lose the mid tower for that too. Absolutely disastrous attempt, and that's what I'm talking about. Having your highest net worth as the Axe, he's inevitably going to die. You're going to give up a large portion of that gold that you've just built up for no reason.
And the early laning phase advantage is exactly what allowed Mid1 to be able to survive through that gank attempt, right? He was so farmed that he managed to live with just a little bit of extra HP. DY is going to be caught by YapzOr, who doesn't even have that Blink Dagger yet, but thanks to that kill, will be coming quite soon.
Yeah, this is just happening all over the map. Vici should make them a little bit nervous is we're going to see once again the blink call. And look at YapzOr. He doesn't even go for the axe. He stuns the back 2 targets.
Just slowing down all that extra damage and getting an instant kill on that silencer. And Yang, I mean, just kind of mistimed it there. Went for the Culling Blade early, didn't get it, and then had to chase down that Kunkka for even more. Still wasn't able to claim that kill.
Yeah, if he was half a second more patient, they would have landed that kill. Maybe things look a little bit different. But as it stands, they lose the mid tower for that. And YapzOr with the perfect positioning and the stun. And it's just Vici with some execution errors. And it feels like they're feeling really pressured because normally, if you're in an even game, you probably don't make those mistakes.
And now with the tiny Blink Dagger, you've got your counter initiator to the Faceless Void Chronosphere. Now you actually have a shot, right? And being able to, he's just going to instantly jump to the back line, try and catch the Phoenix or the Invoker.
And that's why they want to try to make a play with the Faceless Void. They've got Chrono up, they have so much damage, they could kill anybody on the map that they see, but the only people showing themselves right now are Puppey, but they're going to run into YapzOr. He's got Blink.
Does he get a Blink away, but still got the call from Yang. Now, with the Mask of Madness pop from Ori, not going to throw down the Chronosphere, just emphasizing that physical damage. That means he has no way out. He gets taken down by the Laguna Blade. The Phoenix Egg does explode, and that means that Vici Gaming are already 2 down, making 3 with Yang. Gonna be gone on YapzOr. Well, they caught him with DY, but that means DY is dead as well. Paparazzi, the lone survivor here.
And the decision, just to use that Mask of Madness, walks in. That would have been a perfect Chrono target. He could have saved Egg there too.
Yes.
All of Secret was stacked around that. As soon as Zai saw that, he said, I'm gonna Laguna you, take you out of the fight.
What a questionable decision there from Ori. Just incredibly greedy decision to try and just get a free Mask of Madness kill on a Tiny when Vici Gaming they weren't doing so hot before. Now they're 6,000 network down.
And again, these unforced errors. See, it's not like Secret made some amazing play. It's just, I think Vici is overreacting to what's happening.
Yeah.
They're losing faith in their mid game. And once again,
and they blew so much there. That was Global Silence. That was Icarus, Phoenix Egg as well.
And look at that. If he can get on top of 3 heroes with that egg, the Lina and the Kunkka definitely die.
Yeah. And then you would have had Paparazzi coming in, basically helping you clean up a successful fight.
Yeah, now
But
it's a 3-on-4 in your favor. And this is what they were looking for. They want these kinds of team fights as they're going to get another pick off.
That is going to be DY.
And this is the early Roshan we were talking about. Never give them a straight 5-on-5 fight.
No Egg, no Silencer, no Global Silence, just a Chronosphere. Secret feeling very good about their chances being able to take a team fight around Roshan if necessary, but Vici Gaming.
Ori's looking for it right now. It's the X callback.
They are going to try and go into Yang here, but at the same time, Vici Gamer going to head to the Roshan pit. Yang, he's definitely dead from all this magic damage, but inside the pit, they manage to get the Chronosphere, but the stop comes out from Chen. Oh no, Ori, he's trying to finish up this Roshan, but he can't quite get in time. Tossed up in the air. The Age is picked up by Nisha as Ori falls, and now Paparazzi's going to be caught as well. YapzOr managed to get the avalanche, looks for the toss back, does manage to get it right onto the yellow. Say, look at this teamwork from Secret. The synergy is unbelievable.
They are everywhere on the map right now. They play so quick. The Egg's gonna get dropped, but might not even take the Aegis down. It's getting pretty low. Manages to get out of the range of it. And Vici are catching no breaks here.
21-6, 8,000 gold lead. What a dominant start for Secret, not only in this game, but this best of 5 series. That's got to give you some crazy good confidence moving forward, as long as they can actually close it out.
Vici are feeling the pressure, going for that Roshan play. It was such a low percentage play, but I think they feel they're so far behind that they've got to do something drastic.
Yeah.
And that's been the story of the last 5 minutes, making these drastic movements around the map, but they're just not well executed.
Right, that aggressive maneuver from Secret going for the kill onto Axe was super smart, and it forces Vici Gaming to panic and go, I mean, we're losing our core Axe, we've got to get something out of this. Look at YapzOr, Blink Dagger, now working towards the duels. These duels have been super disruptive.
You can see right here, once Yang gets gone on, the call is made. Guys, we have to do something about this. They go into the Roshan pit. They know there's a Sunder available too, is the crazy part.
And they just try and go straight for the Roshan kill. But these Yule Scepters, I mean, Lina showed it there. Oh, look at this smoke up from Secret. It's a 3-man smoke heading right into the area that Vici Gaming is most likely to be farming. Again, a toss back onto Paparazzi. Doesn't get the chance done, but it doesn't matter. They've got the X marks the spot. Now Vici Gaming.
They need something out of this. Zai. He's gonna walk near the creep wave. Shit spot
Spotted
heroes.
it, managed to get the call. Oh, a Yule Scepter goes down. Now they can still lay out some damage. There goes that time dilation. Has to time walk off the Laguna Blade as best as possible. Zai will end up going down here. Secret did not move back to
They're gonna go
support
high
and
ground.
instead pushed for high ground immediately, knowing that Vici Gaming, they're going to struggle to be able to get back in position to defend. As Yang, he's going to be the first one forward. Global silence right as Yapster jump forward. So Yapster, little awkward position, still managed to get the toss back here to the Chen. X marks the spot, controlling up Yang. He is struggling to be able to get any kind of initiation to stop this Terror Blade from just mauling that tier 3. Almost finished it up in a high ground push that happens before the 20-minute marker.
Yeah, this reminds me of the games that we saw Secret play yesterday against Pain, where anytime Pain went for any sort of pickoff, Secret made the call. Even though it's 4-on-5, they said they're preoccupied, go for the high ground. Do some damage to this tower. They know that Paparazzi is not in fighting form whatsoever. Ori doesn't do enough damage. They don't have a good way to really set up, aside from the axe call. It's not been easy for Ori because of the lack of vision from how far behind they are.
What's kind of interesting about Secret, right, is that they seem to be the team that makes the most effort to defend their towers and utilize this kind of greedy support that they do, but simultaneously when they get ahead, I feel like they're the best team to pressure and actually put early damage onto tier 3s, try and take those shrines.
And this is a Vici Gaming that we haven't really seen all tournament, one that's under pressure. It's making mechanical errors. They've got to tighten up their play. Their team fight is still very strong. If they can get the right type of initiation out, they just have to slow down the game for themselves.
Yeah.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Got any important levels? I mean, Ori's still trying to work on a BKB. He went for the Mask of Madness Maelstrom. Heavy damage build. Paparazzi is getting close to his Aghanim Scepter. That will help a lot. But
if anyone's going to do it at this point, it's Paparazzi. He's got the most impact on his team, the most potential impact anyways. He does have that Aghanim Scepter. You can't really fight on Invoker before you get that item.
trying to set up on Ori. Ooh, Yapsor. Uncharacteristic initiation from him.
They're still going to chase though.
They're still going to be able to hit that torrent, and now the toss up in the air. As soon as they get the X. Oh no! He managed to get away somehow between the X and the boat landing.
And they're going to ping correctly, but finally Vici catch a break.
And now Vici Gaming can actually go for the initiation and manage to find Zai with a Sunstrike over the top. That's an instant kill. Vici Gaming push forward, look for more. Fade, he's going to join him here, trying to get a dive to slow down some of Secret.
And the Aegis is going to fade out too. This is perfect timing for them, but with no vision, they don't know what they're walking into. They've got to back out, reset things to themselves. But a good move by them. Maybe even, I don't even know if they have any smokes left.
I was about to say, I feel like we've seen a lot of failed smokes from Vici Gaming. That was the first successful one so far.
They need to use this chrono whenever it's up. Try to catch core heroes. But you notice what Team Secret does. They just show Puppey in this bottom lane. He pushes out the creep wave. So even if you had a smoke, this is the only target that you could really run towards right now. Nisha and mid one just primarily focusing on getting these jungle creeps, and they send their supports out just to get this farm as once again the initiation.
Oh, gonna interrupt with the torrent, actually lands on the two of them, so DY is still gonna die, and Yang is gonna be pulled back into the boat. This time it does land to hit the LSA as well. Laguna Blade so much magic damage that Yang has a hard time surviving through all of it. Yapsor just needs to be able to get the toss. Yule Scepter will slow him down, they give the kill to Nisha.
And they might decide to just go down this mid lane. They're still pretty healthy, and Puppey, he's pushing in this bottom lane. That's why Ori is trying to hunt. If you use the chrono for this though, this is not a good idea, and that's why he's just going to back up. That would have been a free Chen kill,
yeah.
But Secret most definitely would have just said, okay, their major team fight spell is gone, let's just go for it. And they just decided to go for it anyways. No Aegis on their team.
Initiation managed to get the follow-up with the Global Silence as well. They have the Sunstrike on top of the real Nisha, but they need the more burst damage. They don't quite have enough. A Force Staff goes down, and he's managed to sunder upside. So he's going to go back to full HP, now with the Chronosphere down, as well as the Global Silence. Oh, nice interrupt there. Couldn't get the TP back for mid one. Was running out of mana, so he's not going to get that full bottle refill. But Secret, I mean, they don't really need to take a lane of Brax. They just back up, take a shrine instead.
Yeah, the line's been drawn bottom. Puppy's creeps have already set up for this. The App Store wants his team to move towards this tier 1 tower. There's no Chronosphere up, and the meta is about to fade, but with no Chrono up, this tier 1, this tier 2 is free.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Secret just had so much faith that Nisha was tanky enough to survive through a Chronosphere. Global Silence.
I mean, you don't have BKB on Void. That's why the Lina just waits outside, catches you with the Yules. They guess which one was the correct one, too.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Double damage.
He's so far away from that BKB. And it's got to come before the next Roshan fight. That's the key here.
They're going to have Shiva soon on the Phoenix. Maybe that'll make a difference, but BKB is a ways away for Ori.
Fade's done a good job of keeping up in farm. It's just, if you look at the silencer, DY, 24 minutes in, 1,000 net worth.
Yeah, that guy's playing against a Blink support Tiny. He will never have a good game.
Ori forced to run back. He can't afford to die anymore. This BKB, it's not just about the chrono, it's the ability to get damage out.
Yeah, without getting Yule Sceptered or Torrented or Boded. There's so many good interrupts. Look at that.
Just
mid one.
yes.
That was super smart. That was where the Void was.
Yeah. Right now he's just reading the game.
Fade setting up for the push here at top lane. It looks like Vici Gaming. They're going to dare a defense here. Now they do have the Chronosphere back up.
Tower is under attack.
Look at the X on Anisha, just playing it safe. He's even gonna scout with his illusion, try to see if anybody's up there, or he's gonna reveal himself. Fade in his top area, still waiting to see if he has an opportunity. But they're gonna just continuously send Nisha in first.
The increased amount of X marks the spot duration. This makes for a great way to be able to siege down this tower with the melee hero. Yapzor is going to find the initiation to the side. Will manage to get an avalanche onto two. They are going to put the Sunstrike on him. Yapzor down to half HP. Here comes Fade's initiation. Managed to get the Supernova off with the Chronosphere. They are managed to combo that up pretty nicely. The boat's going to come in, blocks in. Paparazzi with the explosion of Yang is going to be able to take down Nisha as well inside. Not able to finish off anybody on the side of Secret, so they have to full retreat now. Slowing down Yapzor as best he can. Fade hopes that Yang will be able to follow this initiation in 2 seconds time. Blink Dagger's back up. They spot. Oh, nice Yule Scepter from Yapzor, but he's not able to blink away himself. Just always the damage placed onto him from that Spirit Vessel. They'll get the Culling Blade to make sure a third kill goes the way of Vici Gaming.
And they finally found the initiation that they were looking for, that Yapzor really gifted them. They were split up on the map. No one could Yules Ori. He just got free hits. They had enough control and lockdown for Nisha at the very end. They protected the egg. This is what we were looking for when we were looking at their lineup. They've got overwhelming team fight.
Yeah.
They just have to cast their spells in the correct order.
And it seemed unnecessary that Yapzor initiated there, right? Like it was this puzzle that Secret presented. We have X marks the spot Terrorblade. We're gonna take this tier 2 eventually. What are you gonna do to solve it? And Vici Gaming didn't have to solve that puzzle at all. They didn't have to figure out a way to initiate.
The rest of his team was not that close to him. If you see once again, the initiation comes out. He sees heroes, he just goes at them. But the rest of his team has to come so far forward just to take that fight. And in the back line, once the two heroes got Chrono, there was no way to save Nisha. And just an awkward fight that they forced. If you just take the tower, there's not a lot of options for Vici. There's not a fight that they can set up.
Yeah. Secret still have a 6,000 gold lead after that team fight and are currently trying to do Roshan round 2 here. With Nisha closing in on that Scotty.
Yeah, there's no Chrono. Aegis is a good way to deal with Chrono too. Can't really kill him twice.
This means that Vici Gaming will have to find their initiation elsewhere. Can't really go for the Terrorblade lockdown to Chronosphere anymore.
You gotta get the backline. You've got to try to find this Kunkka or this Lina. Blow them up, deal with them as soon as you can. The team fight still looks very scary on Vici's side.
Yeah,
Even with this, even if you build up a 10k lead on Secret, it's dangerous trying to go for the high ground. You can't set up fights like that.
especially with the BKB now on Aces Void. That makes a world of difference, right? Doesn't have to worry about this tiny, the X combo. Why do you think YapzOr is going this low this one?
I think it's just a good dispel in this game.
The global silence, time dilation, there's a lot of really annoying stuff.
And there's not a whole lot of items that you can get as a support Tiny that makes you that much stronger, I'd imagine.
An easy way to be able to defend a tower while still maintaining an offensive front, Team Secret, with the X marks the spot plays, sending YapzOr to bottom lane, dealing with it.
I'd sort of like them to just go for that again. Vici don't have the best ways to burst down that illusion.
Yeah.
And when Nisha just sort of goes in, they don't have these high tempo nukes that you normally see. In fact, their team is woefully short in that area.
It does kind of feel like, though, that one more bad team fight and Secret will start really losing control of this game.
And that's what Vici are looking for. You saw what an ideal team fight looks for them. It is dominant. Chrono plus Egg. Strong under any circumstance. And the key there was that they caught Zai at the same time as Nisha. Otherwise, he just holds the line with the cast range. He's able to Yules out Ori.
Seems like Team Secret, no, they're going to run into DY first. DY, an excellent pickoff. Vici Gaming, are they going to fight this?
They got to get out.
They're going to retreat.
You don't want to pop global silence there. That's such a bait by Secret.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Your team is not ready to fight whatsoever. There's no angle for them to fight either.
Rather take the silencer on 30 seconds of death timer. It's not like Secret can push for the high ground yet anyway.
Once these BKBs fly in on the side of Vici, the lineup of Secret look a lot less scary.
Yeah. He certainly emphasized a good amount of magic damage and catch between the Kunkka, Lina, and the Tiny.
This 12k lead, I mean, it's nice, but the team fights are really what's going to matter. But a bad team fight pretty much just means GG for Vici. The cooldowns are so long on their side that even if they buy back, they'll buy back with nothing up.
Fade using the Sunray to spot out the creeps at bottom so he can cut them out with Fire Spirits. So close to his level 3 Supernova. Now, as we've seen, a successful Supernova makes a world of difference for Vici Gaming, that extra bit of stuns, but Secret are slowly but surely chipping away at this range tracks. Now Yang is looking to just be able to pull back some creep, but he's going to be caught by the X. There's a Sunray there to make sure that Yang stays at full health. Nisha, meanwhile, laying his formidable physical damage into that melee Rax, and Vici Gaming, they don't really respond.
So Secret, they're testing the waters. They see that Vici aren't interested in fighting. And instead, they're going to make the initiation.
Come in. They are going to be able to... Oh, BKB goes down from Ori. He's going to be okay for now. Time walks off the damage. With that BKB now being on cooldown, that's an opportunity for the initiation. Nisha is going to push forward onto another tier 3. Global Silence goes down.
They're pinging
just to
right now.
protect Yang, but none of this is offensive work here from Vici Gaming. Now they get the Chronosphere on the side. That man, Lina, that's going to be the Meteor over the top as well. And Nisha just runs into the Chronosphere, manages to get the Sunder out, toss up in the air. That's going to be Ori down, but the Supernova explodes. Stunning up Nisha, still has that meta going down. Managed to get the reflection out, slowing down some of these heroes. The Secret look to retreat off the BKB in mid one. With that going down soon, they don't feel good about fighting into Vici Gaming's lineup and all this magic damage.
I mean, they might just consider going again. There's no Void, there's no Chrono, there's no Global, no Egg. You just X, bring yourself back and go for it part 2. As far as I know, there's not a whole lot that they have to worry about.
They still have that Aegis for Nisha as well. So now that they're full HP,
they have cheese too, although
Nisha's gonna run in with the X. They're gonna try and call him, make sure he doesn't get that damage onto the tier 3. Tornado out, EFP. Look to just burn out their mana, make sure they can't actually fight and continue the siege, but manage to dodge all of that. Now mid one, oh, nice initiation out from Yang with the Cataclysm. From the top, that's gonna do a ton of damage to mid one, but YapzOr dodged it with the Yule Scepter. They push back Secret for the 3rd time in this siege.
see that they really wanted to go for it with the Void down, no Chrono, no ultis, but without meta. not willing to risk it, and the Aegis timer too just fades. And so with that first set of racks being taken, I think Vici's going to be feeling a bit relieved that it wasn't a second.
The team fights look a lot worse for Vici Gaming when they do have to go for that backline.
Yeah.
And they just can't focus on bringing down this Terror Blade, so it seems like the next big movement is got to be around that third Roshan, right? Not only is it the refresher shard, but we've seen how badly the Aegis messes with Vici Gaming's plans.
Yeah. I mean, the scary part is that because Secret distributes farm so well, it doesn't feel good going on any of their targets, because it feels like you have to kill so many different heroes.
Yeah, even the supports are fairly tanky and output a lot of damage, as we've seen from YapzOr's Tiny here. This Kunkka is incredibly tanky. He got nailed by like 3 Cataclysm Sunstrikes. Shrugged it off, no problem.
Now with the Halberd, it's going to be very good against that Void. They don't really have tons of physical damage aside from him. Bottom lane, Yang setting up for it. YapzOr's here too. He's invis. Here comes the call.
He needs to be able to interrupt this with the BKB already activated. Missing the call is blaming now the cheese activated by Zai. They have to TP out. Yang's going to be able to get away, but the Phoenix is not going to be as lucky. Fade falls. And Team Secret see an opportunity to push a second lane of racks.
And you saw YapzOr there, invis the entire time. Zai makes the call. I've got cheese. Just wait around. Let's see what happens. And a failed initiation. That might just be a high ground attempt once again.
Nisha focusing on his stats, actually went for the level 20 talent instead of the reflection cooldown, feeling like it's not that good against this team.
Only 1 physical damage dealer.
X, reflection on Yang, but not really the hero that Secret want to go on just yet.
The X moves begin once again.
The illusions begin their work. They gotta be careful. Nice toss back there. Yang is gonna be hit by the LSA with the BKB on cooldown. They managed to get the Chronosphere on top of Nisha. Here comes Cataclysm. Nisha. They need to blow him up, and then you have the Ult Scepter. That's gonna be able to stop him. Sunder, Nisha couldn't find the target. He didn't want to hit his own illusion, which was at the same HP. So instead, he swaps to that support. Now at full HP, he's gonna lay out the damage onto the tier 3. The tornado goes down with the Sunray over the top. He'd be able to get the call out. They do manage to get it with the meteor. They might be able to get this rolling fight. He's getting so low. Yang, he managed to get it with the help of Ori. They chase down YapzOr as well. A supernova explodes, stunning up mid one as well as Zai, who's gonna lay out the LSA. Might just be able to finish up. Ori barely gets it. Now the ball onto 2. Yang, he gives up Ori's life, but managed to get the initiation, the follow-up that's gonna be able to ensure this team fight. Mid one has so much HP, and he's trying to lay damage into Paparazzi's best as possible, but he knows he's caught, he's dead, and there's no way for him to kill anybody else.
And that high ground is so good by them. That egg positioning when it lands, Yang was so patient with the 2-man calls every time. Without the Aegis, Secret have to be more careful about this. They're overcommitting because they've got the lead, but the team fight is always going to be there for Vici.
And it's getting a lot different, these team fights. With the Blink Dagger now for the Void.
And they've got the Refresher on the Invoker, the double Cataclysm. Your TB will die. And that's what I meant. You have these 10k leads on the side of Secret, but overwhelming team fight on the side of Vici, and that's why your lineup's always going to look somewhat okay. And a large part of that net worth disparity comes in the form of the fact that the Silencer's 2,000 net worth and Puppy's got 9,000. That's a 7,000 difference alone.
Right.
I mean, he just cast 1 spell and he's got his effectiveness in the team fight.
Yeah. And since they're playing on their high ground the whole entire time, there's no way that Secret can catch DY first. And
this would be massive. If you get a Refresher Shard too, if you could get this on your Void, the double Chrono, the double BKB, and Puppy's walking in with the Ancients.
He's going to reveal this. Roshan is going to be about a 3rd HP.
The Kunkka's not up for 4 seconds.
They've already killed the ward. Placed out by Secret, so there's no vision for Secret to be able to operate on here. Roshan falling faster and faster. The initiation comes up from Yang. The Cataclysm, that's going to blow up Zai. He's already dead. Mid one gets a big cleave in, but now the Supernova, they don't have the hero positioning. What is the egg? It's going to be perfect. It's gonna push back Secret, exploding on top of Puppy. He's dead now. 2 dead from Secret. An instant buyback from Archen. They're gonna make their initiation on Yang with the boat coming in, but he already blinked out of it. He got down to that one. Now they're the Chronosphere over 3 with the meteor coming over the top. They need to be able to take out this Terrorblade as fast as possible, and they do. Manage to get it for 70 seconds. Mid one getting kited around as well. Everybody's so low, but he can't get him. tossed up in the air once again by the tornado. Vici Gaming strike
That's
back
4.
around the Roshan pin. 4 dead from Secret, and a Roshan that's theirs.
And you might have claimed the first 2, but this is the most important one of the game.
You had the refresher orb for Invoker. Now you've got the shard for Ori. Double Cataclysms, double Chronospheres. I have no idea how Secret takes this next fight.
And this was the danger of them going for that bottom plate. If you're patient, you wait for the 3rd Roshan, everything is okay for you. But instead, they get a little bit too overeager. Because the only way that they can lose fights is by overplaying their advantage. That happens twice. We saw it at that top fight when they could have just taken the tier 2 tower. We see it at the bottom lane too. And that was a do or die situation for Vici. You can't back out of that. You'll give up Roshan, you'll lose the game. Look at this initiation from Yang. He's been everything for this team.
Absolutely. I mean, he missed so many Culling Blades to start this game, and I was like, man, Yang is having a rough one. But now he is finding initiation after initiation.
And look at that egg as well. You see mid one try to step back. He's BKB'd. He thinks about coming back onto the high ground. He wastes some time.
And that blink away from the boat. Beautiful as well. The call sets up the 3-man Chronosphere, and Paparazzi's like, sweet. Free damage for a Meteor Cataclysm. And now it's going to be Vici Gaming in full control of this game.
And this is the only thing that Vici's lineup does. They can't push out waves. They don't have the best catch because it requires ultis at all times.
Yep.
But what they've got is team fight.
And that means you could be 2 lanes of racks down, and you're still in this game. Now, Team Secret, they're going to have to get a lot trickier with how they either take team fights or push down buildings, because they did manage to get the rain tracks at top lane from Creeps. Yang. Oh, Yang, this is a big initiation now. A lot of his team is super far away, but Ori jumps so far ahead, and with that big Sunstrike Cataclysm damage, they bring down Nisha. Mid one. Spotted as well, but they're not going to go for him because they know a Terrorblade down for a full minute. That's free opportunity for Vici Gaming to even up this net worth lead by taking some towers.
This is going to be the 2nd tower of the game that they managed to take.
A mid-tier 1 dies at 40 minutes.
And you see that Yang looking for Zai. Just going to get out of here.
Really going to try and go for him? No, it just stuns him. TP's out.
It's in fact Yang that they give the Aegis to, so he can get the repeated jumps, and Ori's going to have the refresher shard as predicted. Paparazzi holds onto the cheese.
With his super long-range initiation, he doesn't have to worry about being gone on as long as he's not the one trying to siege these racks. That is a bit of a question for Vici Gaming. They may be able to take control of this game, but how do they end it? 1,000 gold lead now for Vici Gaming. First time in this entire game that Vici Gaming has had a net worth lead. Experience going their way by a 20,000 deficit.
It actually is the first time in the game, just because Secret got the first 3 bounty runes of the game.
Yep, they started off with lead and they never let it go. Till Vici Gaming was able to wrest it out of their cold dead hands. Vici Gaming are in no rush. They could just keep on farming. You could see Paparazzi's game was pretty rough. When a pro player is sitting on the average, especially the caliber that Paparazzi is looking at, he doesn't want to be average. These last 10 minutes, he's allowed to be able to step over that gap.
Had such a rough laning phase, wasn't really able to get a ton of kills on the board, but is heavily recovered in this.
Minute and a half left on that Aegis for the Axe. Paparazzi.
Look at this fully completed
is
Octarine
not
now.
here with the rest of his team. Yang is going to try and make the initiation with the Shadow Blade. He's about to do. He blinked away. Mid one. Quick fingers there. Now can get some sort of initiation. He thinks about it. Puts the X on Yang. Decides against it. Team Secret not ready to follow up on that. Not willing, especially on an Aegis hero.
That was huge. He does have the Agatims, but with the DD, they felt like it was a free kill. It's only 40 seconds for this chrono, so Secret still have to watch out.
Does probably mean we will not see that Aegis put to use, but again, it was on an Axe, so it can't feel like it was going to be the most influential second life. He is coming in to his level 25, that big AoE increase for the Berserker's Call. It's only 100, but can make a world of difference. Octarine, a Blink Dagger soon on its way for Paparazzi. I'm sure he wants to be able to make sure he has buyback gold before he gets that, but...
It's top. Zai hiding in the tree line. Yang.
Yang knows what this is all about, man. He's going to be able to find Zai. Managed to get the call. There's the Sunstrike.
Whew. Oh, how the tables have churned. Now Yang finding whatever he wants on the map. They've got so much damage out of this Max Exort Sunstrike.
Look how mid, like, Ori's just playing very careful right now. He respects that secret. Just be, oh, the time on forward, managed to get the Chronosphere on the mid one with Cataclysm out. They're going to go for Yapzor instead. Thinking that maybe mid one's Kunkka is just a bit too tanky for them. Toss back from Yapzor, but managed to get the call.
And that's 2 heroes dead. They might even start pressuring high ground now.
Now it's Secret who are the ones cracking a little bit, trying to get these initiations onto Vici Gaming, but...
Yeah, but look at Puppey. Using the Dragon at bottom lane and at top lane, keeping the lanes pressured at all times.
Dire's bottom tower is
will
under
be able to
attack.
pull back one of the dragons, the other dies.
Response, force Vici back. He's got to just delay the game for his team.
Level 25 for our Phoenix as well, the +3 Supernova hit count. I mean, with the Chronosphere, Deafening Blast, Berserker's Call, there's so many things to cover of the egg anyway.
Yeah, and he's got a Radiance
But-
too.
Looking at that Aeon Disc just to make sure that if the Phoenix somehow does get initiated on, can't get bursted down 100-0. I like the way that Vici Gaming did not try and push things too aggressively with their Aegis.
They
can
wanted
literally
that
just
mid-fight.
chill out for the next Roshan, right?
The mid fight was huge, but when the Kunkka was able to blink out,
Yeah, that was definitely their opportunity to go high ground for sure. But now everybody's just got to focus on farming, get their game items. Paparazzi thinking about boots of travel. Yang has the heart queued up right now. Not too many times you get to see this suicidal hero get to level 25 and one of those big luxury items. But we'll see it here. They still have to push into a Kunkka. Mid one's Kunkka, who is sitting on a baby Heaven's Halberd, is working towards a data list. And I would guess if things start getting even worse for Team Secret, behind Napier as a comeback mechanism.
mid lane, both posturing up. The lanes are in an okay position for Vici. They still have the refresher. They're trying to look sort of sensitive to them. There's a DD rune at bottom too.
Oh. Tried to catch him with the tornado.
This is going to be tempting for them to try to just go for it.
Yeah, he's found. He is going to be caught, and he tries to get the toss away, but there's no way he's making out with Fade and his long-range catch with the Icarus dive. And the Shivas actually does manage to get a blink away. The Chronosphere laid out only onto a Chen, and now he gets hit by the LZ.
He's getting low.
The combination, mid one comes in, one big hit, that's all it takes. Secret, now on the front, they're going to try and push for the Supernova's laid out. They're going to be braving the fires, trying to put damage onto DY. He's going to be stunned up there. Now the call from Yang instantly with the Cataclysm over the top of the Meteor. It's going to be close. He needs to get out. He gets it. The Sunder just in time. Now laying damage into Paparazzi. The expert spot pulls back that Phoenix. The lane to him next. LSA onto Paparazzi. Vici Gaming. They're getting wiped one by one. They bomb back on so many heroes, but they won't be here to close out the fight. Secret.
And the decision for the Void to not pop his BKB. He kept it for so long, only catches Puppey in the Chrono. It felt like that was so forced on the side of Vici.
And he wasn't even on the right side of the Chronosphere there. He had to run out of the Chrono, around the trees, just to get to a Chen. My goodness, Vici Gaming. We thought they were playing so clean, and we're just going to look for that second Roshan, but backed by anything but Team Secret. Just a beautiful response from them.
Now, pressure chart's gonna go the way of Secret. There's a cheese left on the ground. I'd imagine that Zai goes back in for it.
An Aghanim Scepter for the Lina. That pure damage can make a big difference as the BKB for Ori, which he didn't even use in the last team fight.
They're going to go for this bottom lane. The top lane is already pressured in. They've already taken the racks there. They want to try to force the 5x.
Dire's middle tower
They are going into Ori, who has his Chronosphere up, as well as that Refresher Shard.
He's hiding from behind right now. Ori, they don't have detection for him.
The Sunray's gonna go down, the Cataclysm, Yang's gonna be able to find that initiation, tries to blow up mid one, but he is still too tanky. Now he's gonna get the bonus out with that Coco's Run. That's gonna help him survive, especially with the Tornado going down. That's actually gonna interrupt things a lot for Ori, but he's got a second round of the Chronosphere. Yang trying to jump in, but the backline Paparazzi being hampered right now by Nisha, and he actually gets it's him. The Supernova goes down, but he's turned to Yang. Ori gonna try and get the bash as best as possible. The Supernova does explode, but nice LSA that'll lock the silencer. He should also be dead as Yapzor. He'll follow that one up. No buyback on Paparazzi and Secret. Yang, he jumps in. They don't have the Chronosphere. They're trying to get these kills, but Puppy is just a Chen, for God's sake. Vici Gaming, you can't even kill him. What are you doing? He time walks away. LSA from side. Ori, he's stuck in the tree, surrounded by Secret, and that's the game. Secret, they needed this from the start, but Vici Gaming somehow came back Secret at the very end when Vici Gaming with a Refresher Shard on